Hi, I'm Joe Chili, mornings from 7 to 9 on Buffalo's oldie station, the Big Weck. Joining us on the Big Weck's Buffalo on the Rise today is Donna Herberger, the owner of the Ideal You Weight Loss Center. Donna, how are you doing?
I'm great, Joe. How are you?
You're always great.
Well, I try.
And you always look great.
I try.
You know, and when you sit next to me on TV, you look even better.
Well, thank you. I'm so glad I'm here.
Exactly. You know what? New year, new you, whatever.
Yes.
You start thinking about things that you want to do. We're going to wipe the slate clean.
Right.
I'm going to start, I'm going to make a determined effort this year. Not that I didn't last year or the year before.
Right.
To lose weight or to do whatever. Why doesn't that work?
Well, for some people it does, but the word resolution means you're going to make a change, and it's a Latin word, and it means to resolve, and it also means to loosen or turn a page. But if you say, well, I'm going to give up smoking, that's a resolution. That means from now on, I'm not going to smoke anymore. But you can't say, I'm not going to eat ever again. You need a plan. We give people structure so that they can have a goal and reach that new weight.
I've actually been practicing a resolution then, because if it means to loosen, I loosen my belt. No, that doesn't work, does it? No, I suppose that isn't.
Do you know more women than men make resolutions?
Is it because men just can't follow through?
No, I just think they think, I'm just going to try to do better. Men are like, that's silly. And it's not silly if you believe in it. But there's a day in January, it's apparently a real day, it's called Quitter's Day, when most people who have made a resolution, and it's usually the second Friday in January, where they've given up. So don't give up. Come to us and we can help you get on track and get to your goal.
So a couple of weeks in, I can understand that. But I used to hear things like, they would say, guys' hair goes gray and they don't do anything with it. If women's hair goes gray, women say, we look old, so we have to do something about it. So there are a lot of things, that kind of fall along those gender lines.
Right.
Right. And do men or women lose more weight on the plan?
It depends.
Okay.
So there's a bunch of different factors. Men by nature have more muscle.
Okay.
If you have more muscle, you're going to have a faster metabolism than a woman who by nature would have more fat. If a man and a woman are both Olympians, they're both going to have very high metabolisms because they're both going to have a lot of muscle and they can eat whatever they want. So it depends not just on how much muscle you're starting with, but how active are you? Do you work out? Do you stick to the program? Do you drink your water? Do you take some supplements, some vitamins and things like that? So there's a lot of factors.
You mentioned structured plan. When I hear structured, sometimes it makes me a little bit nervous, right?
Right.
I'm sure some people may, but it also holds you accountable, doesn't it?
Absolutely. So our program is a scientific approach to weight loss. There's no drugs, no appetite suppressants, no stimulants, just healthy food. It's a combination of our food and our clients' food, so you're not just eating the diet food at every meal. You can also eat vegetables and salads. You can have steak and chicken and seafood and things for dinner. You can lead a normal life.
I've tasted some of your food. You brought it before.
Yes.
It doesn't taste like quote-unquote diet food.
No.
Because, I think of diet food as tasting like styrofoam or cardboard.
Cardboard, right.
Cardboard,
Ours
right?
doesn't.
But no, it doesn't.
No.
So,
No.
That's good in itself. What about, you talk about coaching too.
Yes.
Do people have to physically come in and be coached? Can you do it via Zoom? How do you do this?
So if you live in Erie or Niagara County, we service both of those counties. We want you to come into one of our 3 locations, Clarence, Tonawanda, or West Seneca. If you're outside of Erie or Niagara County and you'd love to do our program, but it's an hour drive, you're in Cattaraugus, Chautauqua, Wyoming, Genesee, we can do it via Zoom, virtual coaching, ship the food, and then check in with these people once a week for a 15-minute Zoom and help them get to their goal.
When people look up dieting or
Yes.
things of this nature, they tend to do things that are unhealthy, crash diets. I'm going to starve myself, or I'm just going to go out, I'm going to buy things that are low in sugar or things like this. And sometimes that's not the way to work. You have your husband is an actual medical doctor, right, that
Yes,
consults?
and he's our medical director. This, as I said, is truly a scientific approach to weight loss. So if you follow our program, super simple, you eat one of our foods at breakfast, one of our foods at lunch, one of our foods for a healthy snack, make your own healthy dinner, and then on top of that, salads and vegetables and drinking water. So people are full. It's 3 full meals plus a snack, and you can't help but lose weight if you follow it. If you deviate, so we have signs in our centers that say 100% compliance, you're going to have 100% results. If you're 80% compliant, you could have 0 results. It's hard to lose weight. That's why people come to us, because it's too hard to figure out on your own. And it's not just calories, Joe. It's not counting points. It's not just counting carbs. You got to make sure you're getting enough protein to preserve lean tissue and muscle. That's going to preserve your metabolism.
You said something interesting to me before we went on the air, and it was about individuals that eat before they exercise.
Yes.
And to have a full meal before your exercise is not a good idea. I mean, people will think, you know, I eat and I'm going to go out and I'm going to work out and I'm going to lose weight, but that's not the idea, right? In our last minute, maybe you can give us an idea about that.
Okay, so if you had a big meal and then you got on a treadmill and you're jogging hard, your heart is already working harder digesting the food that you just ate. Now it could be the tipping point if you're doing hard cardio or heavy weights. So you want to work out on an empty stomach, or just like they say with swimming, wait an hour after you eat before you go swimming. Wait at least an hour before you exercise.
Donna Herberger from the Ideal You Weight Loss, thank you very much. For more information and answers to your questions, contact Ideal You by calling 716-631-THIN or go to idealu.com. Sponsorship and promotional consideration for the preceding segment was provided by Ideal You.